Hello there, Sagittarius. Welcome to Dragon Tail Tarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your February 2021 astrology and tarot reading. I hope you are doing wonderful out there. It is always great to welcome my Sagittarius friends to the channel. And if you're a new and returning subscriber, thank you so much for joining me again. If you're brand new or you have not yet done so, I always invite you to reach out there, hit that subscribe button, and join the Dragon family. Always would love to have you as part of the group. So let's go ahead. First, I want to make a note that these are general readings, Sagittarius. They're not going to resonate with every single one of you out there, so please take what makes sense and leave the rest behind. These will mostly correspond with Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising placements. And those are called out often because they are some of the most personal and immediate positions in our personal astrology chart. If you want to get more messages out of this reading, check the placements of your personal astrology chart. You will get more info by knowing those positions. But if you have other planets in the sign of Sagittarius or just feel drawn to this video, you are probably meant to be here. So let's go ahead and start. I am going to start us out by playing some of our beautiful tuning forks. I have selected today the vibration of the Sun. We have the Jupiter fork, so that is the vibration of your ruling planet there, Sagittarius, and the solar chakra plexus fork. So this is going to help us get a little more in touch with your energy and tune us to a more positive vibration of confidence. So if you're in a good place, you can close those eyes, take a few deep breaths, and just allow yourself to enjoy the sound. Alright, Sagittarius, and as we listen to those fading away, I'm going to just burn a little bit of sage here to clear the space and send a little of that out to you through the airwaves as well. Just get that nice and cleaned. I always like to have a little bit of sage before we get started. So I also want to mention, if you're interested in a personal reading or would like any information about the card decks that I use in my readings or would like to leave a donation to the channel, all those links and information are below in the description box. So Sagittarius, we are going to start out with a few oracle cards to get an idea of what your energy is like for this coming month of February 2021. Get some themes and keywords coming up for you. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, and ancestors, please give us any messages and guidance, intuitions that you would like to share with Sagittarius for this February 2021. Ask for your guidance, protection, and healing for them as well. And as always, thank you so much for sharing your assistance and your help. Thank you as always. Look at that. Yes, Sagittarius. So your keyword for this month ahead of February 2021 is gateway. So I do feel that you are passing from one state of existence to another, from one gateway to another. I love this unicorn that's in here too. I just love that. It's like a return to hope, belief, faith, return of belief in your dreams. I really do feel that that's a very strong energy. This month of February, astrologically, I'm just going to show you this for just a moment here in the chart. We have so much Aquarius going on. We have 5 planets in Aquarius as we start this month out. The Sun, Mercury in retrograde in the sign of Aquarius. That will be with us until February 21st. Jupiter, your ruling planet, is in Aquarius. Saturn is in Aquarius. Venus is in Aquarius. So all that Aquarian energy for you, Sagittarius, is highlighting the universal third house of your chart. That is the Gemini house. And if you happen to be a Sagittarius rising, that will be highlighting that same house for you personally. So it's a very strong energy of new thought, liberating thoughts, thoughts that free yourself, freeing yourself from old worries, limitations, fears, and doubts, you know, really setting you free and liberating your spirit in a greater direction. It's all about speaking the truth too. And tuning into the mass consciousness. Let's get into your numbers here. Let's get a numerology card for you and another associated keyword. Ooh, physical activity. So Sagittarius, I love that because to me, I love the purple that's coming up around this for one thing, because that is one of your power colors. Purple and green are a couple of power colors for Sagittarius. Physical activity with the number of 6 and 7. So 6 to me is, you know, physical. Those are the relationships in your life. Those are those connections. 7 is definitely an onward, upward, learning, growing, and ascending kind of number. You put those together, you get a 13. You add the 13, you get a 4, which is a lot of stability and giving yourself some nice roots. So I think that by being as physically active, getting a lot of movement, we've got that unicorn running around in there. And Sagittarius, you know you're half horse. You're half centaur. You are a horse running around down there. So it is important for you to exercise your mind as well as your body. Very important for you right now. So let's move into a crystal and chakra card. Let's see what chakra is being activated this month and what crystal or gemstone are best for you to use for that. Ooh, very nice. So you've got a lot of heart chakra action going on with this rose quartz. Love, heart chakra. This is all about maybe healing the heart center from any old wounds, recovering your emotional center. And of course, I love the rose quartz. I have a couple of them sitting on my desk. This is a beautiful stone of, you know, unconditional love. That's always what I think of when I think of that rose quartz. And I just happened to look underneath. Look at this, more purple for you. Amethyst. Amethyst was on the bottom of the deck. And I'm about to sneeze, guys. Just excuse me a moment. Yeah. I always have a lot of indoor allergies when I'm in the winter time here because we just gets very dry. So let's go ahead and get into your tarot, Sagittarius. Let's see what we've got coming up. We're going to do a full Celtic cross spread with the Arcanum Tarot and clarify all those cards with the Everyday. So you get a nice big picture of what's coming up for your month of February. So let's see the tarot for Sagittarius, please, Spirit. Oh, yeah. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is beautiful. This is some nice stuff. All right. So Sagittarius, right in the center of this Celtic cross, probably the most challenging card sitting here, is in the center. That is that Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is all about those fears, anxieties, worries, doubts, things that keep you up at night, things that have you mentally disturbed, that, you know, just really, you know, the dark night of the soul, trying to get through it. I love the owl right here in there, because to me, that's that ability to see through the dark. The ability to see through all of those troubles and clarify that situation. So to me, you know, you're on the verge of completing some difficult cycles, you know, and really coming to grips with some things that may have been very hard for you to put down in that intellectual body. So let's see what we have clarifying this card. That's also why that physical activity is so important. It helps you get out of those worries by funneling some of that energy into a physical form. So on top of that, we have the Fool card. So Sagittarius, I know how you are, and I know that you are a sign that even if things get to you, if even things have you down for a little while, it's not long before you pick yourself up, dust yourself off. I feel like I'm singing that song, start all over again, right? It's the Fool card. It's c'est la vie. Take the leap of faith. Jump away from all these troubles and things that have got you down. If things have got you worried, whether it's money, job, career, relationship, kids, anything that's going on, I think that at some point you say, look, I can't control all of this stuff, so I'm just going to trust the Spirit knows what it's doing, and I'm not going to worry too much about it. In the immediate past, we have the Ace of Cups. So Sagittarius, I do think you are coming from a place where you have had a lot of emotional and spiritual breakthroughs. You have experienced the hand of Spirit very directly in your life. So let's clarify this. Let's see what that's brought up for you, because sometimes, we get those big emotional breakthroughs and they feel good. We get all those blessings and gifts, but it takes us to another level. And then sometimes we have to deal with the debris and the dust that's got to be cleaned up, to really embody that. Yeah, on top of that, look at this, Queen of Wands. So I think you're coming from a very positive place in a lot of ways. I mean, it's not bad at all. Queen of Wands is very magical, generous, open-hearted, warm, passionate, really has a strong vitality for life. And she does keep good boundaries around herself as well. She's very generous with the people that treat her right and not so much with those that don't. And so I do feel that, you've had this very spiritual and emotional generosity in the past. Maybe that's gotten you hurt a little bit. Maybe, somebody came in that you didn't expect and they kind of messed with you a little bit and it's got you in this headspace, right? And it's time to jump away from that. It's time to let it go as much as you are capable of. But going into the immediate future, I believe that you will come out pretty well from all of this, because we have that King of Cups. That's good emotional leadership and decisions for yourself. This is somebody that's learned quite a lot. This is a Cancer card, so it's like if you have some Cancer in your chart or dealing with someone with some Cancer energy, it's very strong. It's also our water signs, Pisces, Scorpio, but I feel strongest that this is connected with Cancer. It's also about heart healing, really having that healed heart. So, with the rose quartz, it may be a great time for you to work with that. Do some physical exercise, even if it's yoga, deep breathing, meditation. This can be very, very helpful for getting you into the heart space and out of the worried mind. But the King of Cups is good emotional decisions going forward, taking the lead emotionally. It's very nice. And the Seven of Pentacles. I think in some ways you will be cultivating those gifts as well. Like, you may not have all this together overnight. No one does. Life is a process of healing, learning, doing better, and doing better as we learn better, right? So the Seven of Pentacles is really growing in this space of coming from things with a good emotional perspective, really having that inner balance, being able to make good decisions for yourself, for your emotional life, right? Who you're with, what you're around, the kind of people you associate with. And I think it's one of those, like, the more you practice it, the more you put that into action, the more confident you get, and it grows and it gets stronger and better. Because the Seven of Pentacles, it's slow and steady, wins the race, but it definitely wins the race because it's cultivating those gifts. It's cultivating that harvest. Underneath, what you're focused on the bottom of the deck, of the spread, is going to be the Star card. And there's all that Aquarius energy right there. That's our Aquarian card. That, again, is about truth, liberation, freedom, going to the heights, those wishes and dreams, having the chance to be fulfilled. So I really do feel, no matter how much you might be worried or stressed at the moment, Sagittarius, deep down, what your subconscious is really focused on is that clarity, that freedom, that balance, stepping to the next level, manifesting those wishes and dreams. It's very strong for you, very idealistic, right? It's like you really dream a better world, not just for yourself, but for everyone. And look at that. Yes. And really transitioning and transforming from the inside out. That's intense. We have our Scorpio death card with the Aquarian star. So a beautiful and very powerful combination of going to the heights, freeing yourself, and knowing that that takes some deep psychological and emotional transformations and transitions within you. I think you're doing a lot of powerful growing here, Sagittarius. On the top, crowning the spread, message from Spirit is Seven of Cups. So you may feel like you have a lot on your plate, and Spirit is advising you to take your time, do your due diligence, Sagittarius. If you've got big decisions to make or things you've got to do, or if you feel a little like, oh my gosh, how can I handle it all? There's so much coming at me at once. And a lot of folks are feeling that way. We've been getting this card a good deal in our readings lately. And so I think that it's a time to slow down a little bit and take time to look in each one of those cups to make sure that you know what you want to decide. I will also remind you, Mercury is retrograde till the 21st. So don't worry. Don't worry too much about making big decisions. And if anything, I would advise to always try to put off large purchases, big lasting decisions like signing contracts, you know, until a Mercury retrograde is over, if at all possible. Sometimes it's not, so don't stress if it's not, but if you can wait, it's always better. Eight of Wands, yeah, so it's like, it's, again, speak your truth. Take action on the things that you can take action on, Sagittarius, and don't worry too much about the rest. Eight of Wands is, you know, nice, speedy energy, things moving forward in your favor in a positive direction. So don't worry too much about these decisions. I think you'll make the right choice, but you don't want to push yourself too hard either. Listen to that voice from Spirit. Listen to your own intuition. Use that sense of divine timing around this. You'll know. Your heart will tell you when the right time is to act. So let's get some advice on this for you, Saggy. Oh, Saggies. Oh. Yes. All about freedom. All about setting yourself free. So much. So I think, Sagittarius, you know, suggested approach is definitely setting yourself free. We do have that. I think that your mind and heart in so many ways are transforming right now, and you're really learning how to not sweat the small stuff or even sweat the big stuff. I mean, that's really the big you know, key. This can be that self-imposed prison, right? That feeling of being stuck in the mind, not being able to see your way out of a predicament. And it really is about, you know, backing yourself up against those swords, cutting through those bonds, and freeing yourself, freeing your mind, and letting yourself go to the next level, to think outside the box again and not be, you know, hemmed into only one way of seeing things or one way of doing things. I think in some ways this Mercury retrograde may be very positive for some of my Saggies, because I think that it's going to allow you to break down some old barriers, maybe go back a little bit to review, rethink, rework some things, and you're going to come out of it so much better. And yes, absolutely, look at this. Again, suggested approach. Free yourself from these old limiting thoughts and knock that tower down, honey. You can do it. This tower is meant to fall. Hand of Spirit is coming in to assist you. There's fire coming down, and that's your element. There's some lightning coming down, which is our Aquarius element we're working through right now. And that is helping to collapse and remove some of those old structures that are really meant to go. And it could just be simply a mental structure, right? It may not be anything so physical or tangible. What I'm feeling more for you is that an old way of doing things, an old approach that just isn't working anymore. It's time to let it go. It's time to try new things and have a more hopeful mindset. Absolutely. What you need to know, Five of Pentacles. I do sense that some of my Sagittarians may have some fear or concerns around finances. I think that that is honestly going around a lot, guys. It is. So don't feel bad, or don't beat yourself up, you know, if that's something you're going through, because that can be that scarcity consciousness. You need to know that a lot of folks are experiencing it. You're not alone. And I want you, as much as possible, again, try a different approach, try a different tactic. It's the same deal with that Eight of Swords, right? This is a little bit about freeing yourself as well. Don't stand outside in the cold. If you can go through another way, try a different approach, get in that door, go into that warm sanctuary, right? Don't stay out in that snow. Unless you're enjoying it, then by all means. If you're not enjoying it, find a way to get inside. So let's clarify that. Three of Pentacles, yes. So I would say that Sagittarius, this is a prime time for connecting and collaborating with friends, your community, or coworkers to create a more stable foundation for yourself. And this isn't just only a physical foundation. This is also a spiritual and emotional foundation that you're all working together to create. So that is a way, that is one way to get out of that feeling of being stuck or left out. Hopes and fears is the Seven of Wands. And so to me, when I see that hopes and fears position there, I think that like you just don't want to be taken advantage of again, because the Seven of Wands is really feeling like I got the higher ground. I know my truth. I know that I'm right about these things. I'm not going to let anybody break through my barriers again. It can put you in a little bit of a defensive feeling. You don't want to be feeling super defensive, Saggy. That's not your game. But you are feeling like, well, if I don't keep my guard up, will somebody get through and mess with me again? Possibly, but I think this is more of a hope and a fear rather than an actuality. So again, take it as you feel it. You know, listen to your intuition on that. Pick your battles wisely. Don't have to have your guard up around every single situation or person. And the Emperor, yes. Trust that leadership energy that you have. That's that Aries energy. And Sagittarius, I would also say it's not wrong to sometimes put yourself first. You know, it's fine to love and be generous to others, but put yourself first sometimes. You need to do that. You love yourself. Honor yourself. Outcome card is the Three of Cups. So this is a celebratory energy often shared with friends, family, or co-workers. So I love that feeling. Let's get a clarifier on that. What is Sagittarius celebratory about? And we have a Knight of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. So finding a new direction to go in. Could be that you might be getting a new job or moving towards a new job, Sagittarius. You might find a new mission or a new purpose or something that really gets you back on track. Gets you feeling like, yes, I've got something to go towards that has a really great chance of success. Or you may be coming to that point of success for some of you this month where you're like, finally, and your friends, you know, you call them with the good news, or they have good news to share with you and they want to bring you on board to it. That's a nice outcome. Give it a little time. We do have some nice pentacle energy going on in here, so I wouldn't rush yourself by any means. Things are going to unfold in the timing that they're meant to. I feel that February is a very pivotal month for all of us. We're really unfolding and getting ready to clear ourselves for some new energy as spring is approaching. Underneath, we have the Two of Pentacles. So again, stay in the moment. One day at a time. Yes, Eight of Swords is coming up there again. So Sagittarius, please free yourself as much as possible from any old limiting beliefs, any self-doubts, any old worries. It's time to cut yourself loose. And if it's somebody or something that keeps putting those negative affirmations in your head, remove yourself from that situation. You're not proving anything by suffering fools, I tell you that. Let's get into an affirmation for you. Ooh, I love this. Look at that. Oh, the art is so beautiful on this for one thing. And it says team spirit. Work together as a team. That's what this card made me think of. Cooperation, enthusiasm, loyalty, and kindness will ensure a successful outcome. I believe it, because we had that Three of Pentacles, building, growing as a community, as a team. We had that Three of Cups, building and growing together, celebrating as a group. Beautiful. Sagittarius, tap into your soul family, your soul tribe, folks that, you know, have a like mind. if you haven't found that yet, you may want to stop by my live streams. We do those every Friday and Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have a really, really awesome group in there. And if you're just looking for people that'll kind of lend a supportive ear, we're there for that. We're there for that. If you haven't yet found your soul family, come hang out with the Dragon family. We would love to invite you there. So Sagittarius, I hope you have an incredible February. It was a wonderful reading for you, and I'll be seeing y'all again soon. Take care.